Hey guys, what's up? It's the Macromedia Flash Essentials. Today I'm going to teach you how to make animations in Flash. Okay, so first what you want to do is you want to click this link. Shut up. Oh, you want to click this link. I'm just gonna ignore that. So you want to install it, and then once you have it installed, you want to put in this serial number right here. And then also there's this thing as well. Set that up too. I already have it set up. That's for dumb. Export the video. Okay. Export the videos. Let's make a new file. Do a couple of basic navigation. This is the main part. Ow, bit my lip. If you double click on the FPS, you can change cool factors about your thing. The resolution, it doesn't actually matter. Just put in a ratio of what you want the screen to look like 16:9 would be. I think Macromedia Flash has like different zooming options, so just if you want to do 16:9, do your 1080 by 720. I don't know what this one is, but I'll keep it. A good standard good standard is 24. Reckon I sometimes just 30. I think something 60 FPS video, but 24 is standard for standard for animation. So let's get started. Make sure you click the brush tool. I personally like to change the little brush settings down here. And do a drawing. Navigation, I forgot if I said this, but you hold down Control and Shift to zoom in and out. Alternatively, you can use this, but just zoom in and out. It's easier. The brush tool, it uses this little fill color thing here, and you can go into it. Oh, let me get that. You can go into it, and then you can change all the different colors. Using this navigation is a little tricky, so it's faster to just find the color here. Or there is a gradient. We'll go into more of that later, but let's draw our first guy. I'll draw a little smiley face because this is that. No, I don't want gray. There's a circle right there. Be careful if you zoom in and out, it actually changes the pen width. And I'll use the paint bucket tool to go over the brush and just change the color there. I'll zoom out to get kind of the same resolution. Yay, smiley face. Wow, I'm happy already. Anyways, yeah, that's the red tool. Get the selection tool, and select over it. This is so you can move it, because at the moment, if you can see the little dots on the screen, that means it is not an object. I don't know what it is right now, but it's not a shape, so to say, which means that later when we make it into an animation, it will need to manually make that in here, which is bad for organization and also weird to work with, unless you're for the sake of the argument, none of that. So what you want to do is you want to highlight over everything and then right click and then use the convert to symbol, because once it's a symbol, it is able to be moved around. And there's two things that are significant: movie clip and graphic. So, movie clip, contrary to the name, only stores a single frame, I guess. While graphic can store animations. So, what I'm doing, the smelly guy isn't moving, or he's not multiple frames, so we'll just make him a movie clip. And if we're like, oh, we want to make him a funny color, I want to change this, but then I can't fill in. Well, that's because it's in the object now. And to go into the object, you select it and then you double click. And now you're, if you see here, a layer deeper. And then this is drawing, so that's the dots. And we'll make them like a nice lavender, and we'll change a couple of the colors. Wow, I mean, look at this. Oh, I don't want to do that. That was a big mistake. And then here, use the eyedropper tool. This little, the thing that's an eyedropper is called the eyedropper, and you can take the color from somewhere. But I think you can on Adobe Animate, but I don't think you can use the eyedropper on an object. So you would need to go into it and then use the eyedropper. Oh, something I forgot to mention. In here, there is a background color, so for like, you want to change the background a little. There we go. Okay. Now I think it's time to try the time on. Let me drink of water. Guys. Okay. How about that? The timeline. I'll lengthen it out a little. What this means is that the dot is where the start of a frame is, and then during that time, if there's no keyframes, the what was originally put on this will continue. But then if I insert another keyframe here with nothing in it, it updates kind of like the frame it's in. So I was able to continue. I'll just move to start, so there's on frame 1. And what if we're like, we want to make this guy flip around a little? So like, we'll make it so on move 10 to move 30, he does a funny little flip. Actually no, we'll make him move first. So not that, I'll make him move to the right a little. If you hold down shift, by the way, you can make it completely horizontal movement, but it's not important. What is important is if you right click here, there's an option to make it motion tween, and what that does is that another biscuit. What that does is that between this point and this point, it generates like a pathway in between it. So let me zoom in. Fuck. So it just, yeah. So if we press enter to play the animation, you can kind of see, wow, that's moving. If we want to do a little flip, like I told before, we go down to this section below. I bit my lip again. Called rotate. This is pretty cool, where you're like auto. It kind of just guesses the shortest amount of rotation. So like, oh, by the way, this is the free transform. It's different to this where this is just like main movement, while this is you can stretch, you can rotate, and also you can skew, which means like squishing them kind of in a, hold on, I'm gonna get the crumbs, in a non-conventional. Right. I don't rotate. Fuck. If I rotate a little, and I add some random warps to him, it will estimate kind of it will change everything accordingly. But if I'll make him rotate, so there's clockwise and counterclockwise here. If I do this, he will flip. I think what's important to mention is that the times here, this is like a minimum. So like, if he was rotated like that ways, that means that he won't just rotate once, because to complete a full rotation you need to like lock back into there. So there he would need to rotate once and then rotate like 350 degrees, if you see what I mean. And I know you see what I mean. You're a smart cookie. You know, acknowledge you. Sorry, I need some energy gum. My levels are a little. I'm looking at they're a little low. Got some hand sanitizer too. I feel dirty. Is anyone else getting like goosebumps? Okay. But if you're like, damn, this motion looks jagged and stupid, what you can do, go into tween, or I don't know what that means, don't mess around with that. You go edit, this is kind of like maybe a bit confusing to look at, but this is the point on frame 10 right there, where you can see that this is like the start of the frame, that's that keyframe, and this is the end, and then this is the level it uses to estimate. So if we click on this and we take this little bearing and we drag it along, if we do this, you'll kind of see the effect this has, where it goes slow and then really fast at the end. But then if we want to make it more smooth, what we can do is a bit of an ease in out type of situation, where you make it flat at the start and flat at the end, where it goes slow and it speeds up a lot and then slows down. It eases in and then it also eases out. So, and if we want to make that look better, we could make it longer. Whee! Wow. What else? Oh yeah, you can make, fuck off, make more layers, if you want to add more stuff, which is kind of useful, because like, I'll make a new layer here, so if you double click you can rename the layers, play a little prank, call that one layer 3. If like, I'll make a new object just to display what I'm talking about. If I draw a little, I'll draw a little puppy, because we all love puppies, right? Aww, what a cute dog. Okay, it looks like his face is like, So remember, what we'll do is that we'll convert this, because this is still image, we'll do movie clip, and we'll call this doggy. If we have, I actually don't know what will happen here. If we do Control V, Control C, Control V. Wait a minute, I'll change something. Alright, update. I couldn't find it, so anyways, we'll just continue. Fuck. Just continue with what we're doing. Why is there 3 doggies? No. Okay, 2 doggies, and then you're like, I want to move this guy over here. You're just not gonna really know what to do, so it's important to have multiple. Because I think, yeah, so it's like the way it works is that it looks at the little funny circle in the middle, and it just takes the circle, and just because the circle at the end ends up there between the two. We don't want that though. What I think would be cool is if we do a little it tastes like shit. Well, is this German? Zoom energy gum, sugar free with caffeine, guarana and B vitamins, 23.5 grams. Expired, is it here? January 16th, 2025. Monday morning frantics to Saturday, okay, night antics. Let's, just like an animation thing, and draw like a ball bouncing. What we'll do, instead of doing it manually, we'll just make our own ball. So I'll do this, put a little circle around it, put a little border, put a little bit of shine. What the fuck is it? No. Wow, look at that ball. Anyway, so let's highlight, convert to symbol, ball. Now what we can do, this is a little cheeky. It's already in an object. What we can do again is that we get the ball and we right click it once more and do convert to symbol again. We call it bouncing ball because we're going to make the ball bounce. But because it's going to have animation, I'm going to turn it to graphic. So what we kind of want is we want an arc. So I'll make it every 20 seconds it bounces, so every 10 seconds it needs to be at the top and the bottom. So 1 plus 10 is 11, and 11 plus 10 is 21. So these frames are the same, they're all the same, but if we go here, we move it up, and we add a little motion tween between both of them, you can see, wow, I'll make this a little shorter. Wow, that ball is bouncing. Yeah, but this looks, many of the keen-eyed viewers out there would notice that this looks like dog shit. So what we can do, to model real life, we can think about it. And if you've ever been in physics, you know that that gravity is like an acceleration, and it's a flat acceleration, and with a flat acceleration you get a quadratic curve. So we'll try to mimic that as best as possible. Adobe Animate has cooler stuff in this like quadratic mode, but like kind of like a curve like that where it starts off. You don't want to do too flat because then it will look like it teleports at the start, so you want to kind of give it a bit of pre-motion and then let it flatten off at the top. Maybe like that. Yeah. And then we'll do another one on the second motion. Ugh. God, it just tastes terrible. And then if I'm just pressing enter over and over again, but wow, that looks like a ball. And if we go out here, and we look at the graphic here, you see it's looping. So you can do cool stuff with graphics, where you can either make it play once, so it'll just bounce and then stop. I want to click the little the hide on the face, because I don't want to see him. This will bounce once, but if we do loop, you notice that it bounces over and over again, and that's pretty cool. But if you're a little keen-eyed, you might notice that on the bounce it kind of waits for 2 frames here. Now that's because the way that we did it is that we made it so it bounces and then waits at its original spot for a while. So I'll make 2 copies of this, so I can show you 2 different things you could theoretically do. So we're in bouncing ball original. What we could do, if we make a keyframe here, it will figure out the proper way to map it with the quadratic, and then we just remove this frame. And then what that will do is that it's a lot more snappy, I guess. But if we get the second bouncing ball and we get a little cheeky with it, what we can do is that we can add a little frame in between there and there to kind of show that it's bouncing. So I'll do copy frame and paste frame. And what we can do here, so we're like, oh, also onion skin can show you where previous frames are. So like if we change this, you can see you see where the previous frame was. So what we'll do, we'll kind of we'll put if you've noticed, all the rotation and stretching and skewing has been around this little dot, and if we move it, you'll see that the rotation actually rotates around that object. So what we're going to do is that we're going to put it right at the bottom, and then we're going to squish it down, like it's going like it's that impact spot in the boing. But with the animation, you kind of want to, oh, let me take a sip of water. You want to maintain the size of the object, I guess the volume. So if it gets stretched down, it's gonna also thicken out a little, because it's like wank, it's like flattening down, if you know what I mean. And then I'll turn onion skin off. We'll go out. I'll zoom out with the shift control, and we'll move the original ball so you can kind of see. So that's also bouncing. Of course, you could add more tweening, which is you can add more of these to make it look smoother. But yeah, you can also put objects in. So we'll get a cool. This is the only object on my computer. I downloaded it recently. Look away if you're squeamish. Problem with this at the moment is that it's a bitmap. So it's gonna have the same problem as all the drawings. Ignore that. That's a weird error. I've never seen that before. It's going to be same as the drawing, so it's going to be difficult to tween. So what you'll do, oh fuck, you get the image and you'll put it in an object. Yeah, and then this you can tween. Yes, if you're like, does it work? Yeah, it works. And we'll add it kind of like a warm embrace at the end of our animation. So we'll extend it out using the insert frame. Gonna be like, wow, fun bouncing balls, right? And then no, we won't do that. We'll do blank keyframe, and then we'll put the keyframe of the original one to get rid of it. And then we'll kind of just like he's coming in for a warm hug, you know. Okay, I'll zoom back in. There we are. That's how you do it, folks. Cool animation. Wow. Look at those bouncing balls. Oh, I forgot to tween it. Whoopsie daisies. And I'll make it kind of like, did you know how movement in real life is kind of exponential? So when they get closer, they kind of change size like this, like that. So it's kind of like, yeah, he's coming in for a hug. And then once we're done with this, we'll save it as oh, what is this? FLA projects. Good friend. She is my good friend. And then I'll find swivel. It's not really loud at all, so what oh, I forgot to, okay, wait, so go back, open your project again, and then do, I think this, yeah, do that. Add that, maybe do that. I think all the quality settings were for when computers had a lower quality, because this app was made in like the year of our Lord 2000. But it's kind of pointless now. So we'll go click friend. I think I don't really know what most this does. Wow. Click to open my video. Well, would you look at that? Isn't that a nice video? So it's yeah. That's like the basics. That should be good if you ever wanna animate something. And yeah. Yeah.